In this tutorial I'm going to quickly show you how to create containers that will allow you to have self-checking activities like this one on solving inequalities, where pupils would have to select the correct statement to put in each box, and if the wrong one's placed in the box, the answer bounces back until the correct one's put in. And as you notice, when a correct answer goes in the space, a sound plays. It's quite simple, and I'm going to show you an example where we do the reactivity series of metals in science. I'm just going to pick a few of these. So here I've got the reactivity series, and I want to create a diagram where pupils have to place metals from most reactive to least reactive in terms of the series. So if I start off on a blank flip chart page and I create the containers where people are going to put their answers and drag and drop their answers. So I'm going to create some boxes, and I'm just going to highlight those and duplicate them by clicking on the duplicate button and space them out, and I'm going to have 5 of them. So these are the boxes where pupils would drag and drop their 5 answers, and let's just move those. I'm going to need some text to explain that at the top we have most reactive, and at the bottom we have least reactive. And then I need to pick my 5 metals to put onto this reactivity series, and I'm going to choose potassium, aluminium, iron, copper and gold. So potassium, aluminium, copper, gold, and I've completely forgotten what the other one was. Let's have tin. It may have been tin in the first place, and not tin. Okay, so I've now got my flip chart page set up, ready for this activity, and we can see we can drag and drop the items into the correct box, but if I try and put the wrong answer in the box, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't bounce the answer back. So I've got no way of knowing whether these answers are right or wrong. So what I need to do is I need to set containers up. So if I open the browsers and go View Browser, and the browser I really need is the Property Browser. And what I'll need to do is I'll need to click on each item here and tell it which of the objects it can contain. So I'll scroll down and I'll go to the Container Properties, and it needs to contain a specific object, and then I need to select which object goes in which space. So potassium is the most reactive, so the top box is going to contain potassium, and I would also like a reward sound so that we know when that happens. So I'm going to go to reward sound true, and then select a reward sound from the shared sounds, and that can just be a quick cheer. So let's test this out. If I drop potassium on, that goes way, and it's done. And I can move that out. If I put tin on though, that doesn't do anything. So I know when an answer is correct. I know when I've put the correct answer into the top box. So let's look at the next most reactive metal. It's aluminium. So I need to contain a specific object, which in this case will be aluminium. And again, I want a reward sound, which will be the same cheering. The next will be iron. I haven't got iron on there. Tin. So tin is going to be the next one. So contain the specific object, which is tin, with a reward sound. Then it goes copper and finally gold, gold being the least reactive. So let's have copper and put my reward sound on, and then gold going in the last space. Let's have a different sound. So now I can put these objects in the correct boxes and move them out. For some reason my sound seemed to have stopped playing, but I'm not too worried about that at the minute. However, if I put things in the wrong box, like if I put copper right at the top, it doesn't bounce it back. So I need to select all the items that I'm trying to drop in and in the container properties again change this return if not contained option to true. And now when I try and put the correct answer in the completely wrong box, it bounces back until I put it in the correct box. So what I've done is I've quickly created this container-based activity, and you can see how quick and easy it is to set up. Just a couple of things to note. The items you're trying to drop on must be above the containers that you've got set up, and I actually find it easier to layer this slightly differently and put all the containers on the bottom layer and all the items you're trying to contain on the very top layer, and then you can't mess things up, things won't go wrong with this activity. Let's just change things ever so slightly, and let's put some of the chemical elements in there as well, and we could drop either into the box. Now if I want to be able to drop more than one thing into the box, this is going to have to start using keywords. So I'm now saying that this box can contain a specific keyword, and I'm going to have to add a keyword. We know that this one would contain the keyword potassium. I don't need to change the sound, that's all the same. And now I need to give this item the keyword that I've just defined. So I need to give potassium that keyword, and I go to identification and add the keyword, and I can create other objects with that keyword. So I know that the chemical element for potassium is K, so I can give that keyword to the letter K as well. And what you'll find is that you can now drop potassium in there, but you can also drop the letter K in there, and you can drop more than one item into the box because we've used keywords.